Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today for you I have another gun video. So recently I did a video talking about the fundamentals and basic drills of handguns. And one of my viewers did bring up the fact that, well, my loadout was more like a concerned citizen, not concerned citizen, more along the lines of a shit hits the fan, armed militia type deal. Which made sense. I was wearing a tactical rig because I was actually using my AR-15 that day for a bit. And then I had my pistol in a drop holster. Well, today I have two different pistols that I'm going to be fussing with, and it's just more or less to show you the line of the training doesn't change. It's how you present your pistol, which I did explain, but I figured it'd probably be better if I actually show that in action than to actually just explain it through text. So as you can see here, I have it on my hip. This is probably more like what an officer would carry, you know, just pistol on the hip, or armed security, something along those lines. Now, I'm not going to worry about using the tab here, but just know that when I do practice with this holster and I'm not constantly snapping it, that I do bring my thumb in to break it, act like I'm breaking it every time. So that's a part of the repetition. The problem is with these, they can be kind of a nuisance to get re-snapped. So I don't want to have to constantly fuss around with getting this thing re-snapped so I can redraw it. Now the thing is with this handgun here, this is a double action handgun. I'm using my Smith & Wesson model 3904. And as you can see here, actually the gun is not on safe right now. Essentially what I'm using is the long double action trigger pull of the handgun as my safe. So essentially I am using the safety as a decocker, which is technically what the safety is. When I engage it and I pull the trigger, nothing happens. And then obviously when I disengage it, it goes boom. The reason I'm doing it that way though is because I usually carry 1911s. So yeah, it's a completely different safety. This is a flip up instead of a push down with my thumb. This is more along the lines of like a Beretta. I kind of wish it was a little bit farther forward than it is, but it is what it is. But so essentially what it comes down to is the fundamentals of the training doesn't change, okay? I'm still going to grip the pistol, you know, firm in my hand. I'm still going to draw it from my holster. I'm going to take my step forward to get in my modified isosceles stance. I'm going to start bringing the pistol forward. As I'm bringing the pistol forward, if I had the safety engaged, I disengage the safety. Get my second hand on it, get it presented to target, and fire my shot. Okay? Now here I'm going to use the decocker to decock the hammer. And I'm just going to take the safety off the decocker and put it back in the holster. And then essentially, it's just another one of those of I'm going to practice this multiple times to get a flow of drawing the pistol, bringing it in action, presenting it. Hold on here a second. That seemed... That seemed like an awfully heavy trigger pull. Let me do that again here. Bring it out, bring it forward, present, and... Okay, and then of course, once I want to ramp it up, hold on a second. Once I want to ramp it up, obviously, I'm going to bring it out. First shot, second shot. Let's do a bit of a reload here. Doing the Paul Harrell, pull my mags out of my pockets. And then I'll disengage the decocker. And essentially, it's even the same way that if I draw and I want to get into a weaver stance, I'm going to turn my foot and make my, you know, step forward a little. Present the handgun. Get in my weaver stance. Fire. So that's pretty much all you're going to practice. And that is the method of the practice. Just to get used to, it's more or less to get used to drawing the pistol, getting it ready to get into action, presenting it. The reason you're doing that is because, let me get the mag out here. Get the handgun unloaded. Don't get me wrong, from my home, I can do this all I want, okay? But it's not the same. Get this loaded. It's not the same as drawing and bringing it in action for real. That's the big thing. That's why you do this part out at the range. That's what this is about. Learning the fundamentals of bringing it out, bringing it forward, and shooting. Okay? But by this point, you should already be used to bringing your pistol out and presenting it. You can learn that part at home. But implementing the live fire part is what's important at the range. Obviously, of course, so is safety and other features along those lines. But all right, let me make some quick changes here and show you something else. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I don't have a gun on me, or do I? As you can see, I still presented the same way. Still brought my foot forward. You know, brought it on, took the safe off as I was bringing it out. Even though I draw it from a different location, it doesn't matter. And this is more of a concealed carry, if you will, because this little Kimber fits in my pocket and you can't even see it. So as you can see, it doesn't really change all that much. But I think I've made my point. Anyway, folks, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please feel free to ask any questions if you have any questions. Anyway, folks, once again, thanks very much for tuning in, and have yourself a wonderful day.